Yeah. I'm on the tube. Everyone wave. Smile and wave, boys. Hi, YouTube. Apex Legends Emergence patch notes. Let's go. New Legends here. So let's check out the kit.
A bad omen cast a dark shadow over Obi's birth.
Seer in general, as an overview character, I did playtest Seer, just so you guys know. So I know, like, I played them. I played Seer in general. And his passive is the heartbeat sensor that you guys know, of course. But I don't think the heartbeat sensor is that good. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's that useful because the heartbeat sensor is within 75 meters. So the thing about this is that you have to react to the arrows here. The arrows show you which direction that the player is. But the thing about it is that it's within 75 meters and you already know where everyone is at that point. Unless you're randomly ADSing and then you're like, ooh, there's a guy here. Then you know that people are like in the area. Or unless you're trying to like find rats, or you're trying to find teams walking up or whatever. But if you're in a fight, or if you're in the area in general, then you're never gonna use this passive. It's way too slow. What the fuck are you gonna ADS and then be like, oh, I think he's over there? If you do that, you're already dead. You're already dead if you do that. So, in my opinion, the passive can be good for like if you're a static player and you scout out rats, or you're trying to find people in your area. You're not 100% sure where people are in your area, then it's fine. But in a fight, this passive is useless. The real thing that people are complaining about is obviously the Q. Like in general, I don't like Warlocks. I don't like Seer's toolkit in general. But I do believe that Seer is the perfect, what do you want to call it? The way you want to balance a character. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That he has a passive that is somewhat useful in some situations. His Q is very strong. He's a strong character, but his Q is dodgeable and you can counter it. Same with the ulti. So the ulti you can throw on the ground, but you can break it like a Horizon ulti. So the character is very strong in general. The character has a skill ceiling. Like Seer has a skill ceiling. He's not face roll like Bloodhound. Like Bloodhound is the awful version of like just literally take your keyboard and then you face roll and then you just Warlock scan the entire server. With Seer, you actually have to hit your ability, which is dodgeable. But if you hit it, it's strong. Like if you hit the ability, or even if you just force people out of cover, then it's strong. But Bloodhound is just straight up, like, I don't know, you just face roll and there's no counterplay. So I do believe that the toolkit of Seer is actually really good, because you can, number one, break the ultimate. So you can counter the ultimate by breaking it, and you can counter the Q by dodging it. So he has a skill ceiling, he has counters, but he's a strong character. Like, that's how I want characters to be. I want characters to be strong and fun, but also be counterable. Bloodhound is not. Bloodhound is just straight up not counterable. That's why I always say that Crypto is better than Bloodhound, because you can actually destroy the drone. But I do believe that the Q is a little bit, like, it's too big. It's too big. It filled up 80% of the bubble. The ultimate exhibit, create a sphere of microdrones that reveal the location of enemies moving quickly or firing their weapons within. So you basically throw out your disc, your chest disc, and you throw it on the ground, and anyone who moves within the area gets wall hacked. But you can break it, so if you like, so it is counterable. It is very strong in the area. Like in general, Seer is going to be super oppressive because there's going to be no more resetting in the game. Like I think Seer is going to be super unhealthy for the game because there's going to be no ability to reset. Does that make sense? Seer is going to be a super aggressive character. He's going to be only useful in aggressive situations. If you have the advantage, Seer's gonna be very good at pushing that advantage. That is basically what the character is designed to do. The character is designed to push advantages, but he's kind of dog shit in a disadvantage. Like if you're defensive on Seer, he's pretty dog shit. Like no cap, because the situation is going to be like you get a crack. You either get a big crack or you get a knock, and then the character that got cracked or got knocked, they're gonna either get rest behind cover or they're gonna pop a bat behind cover. But while they're popping a bat, Seer's going to throw his Q, cancel that bat. You have time to cancel your bat and jump to the side though. Like you have time to jump out of the Q. So if you see that Seer is queuing you, you cancel your bat, you slide to the side and you dodge it, but you're still canceling your bat, which takes time to heal. So even if Seer doesn't hit you with his Q, which is what I think is going to be the most useful out of Seer, is when you throw the Q to deny heals by forcing the team out of cover. The Q does do 10 damage. Yes, the Q does do 10 damage. But that is like, that doesn't really matter. It is an interrupt and it gives you wall hacks. So it's like, you can slide to the side, cancel your bat, and then get out of cover. But that's like the thing. You force people to move out of the queue. So if you have 3 people, say for example, 3 people are playing behind a big rock. You have a big rock, or this wall, or whatever. Someone's playing behind this rock here. They're all resetting behind this rock. So what you do is you queue the rock. You queue the rock, and then everyone behind the rock will have to move into the open. And that's when you push and shoot them in the open. So it's like, you're basically forcing people to move out of cover, and you're canceling their heals. It's kind of like a nade, but it's like, if it hits, which it most likely will, then it's like, I don't know, it's gonna fuck you over. I think Seer is going to be played in competitive as an edge fighting character, in ranked as a WK character, and in arenas as a competitive character overall. He's gonna be really strong. So the Rampage is kind of overtuned. It does a lot of damage. You put a 3x on this thing, and then it's a slow shooting scout, slow shooting repeater. And then when you're ready to send it with Octane or Revenant, then you just pop a Thermite and then you go crazy and everyone dies and you just blow up doors and you just do everything. So I think the gun is overall very overtuned. But I mean, you need to carry a Thermite for it. So ranked arenas, I personally really like the ranked arena, like the system for ranked arenas. I really like it. I am hoping that they're using ranked arenas as a testing ground for Battle Royale, because like the ranked arenas, they have demotion, they have a MMR system, they have no KP, they have all that shit, no entry cost, demotion, no demotion protection, all the good stuff that I want. Not everything for Battle Royale, but most of it. So I really hope that they will implement a lot of things from ranked arenas into the Battle Royale. Added distinct sound effects to the gold backpacks revive effects were added in the Chaos 3 update. This gives additional feedback when players quick, but not in line of the revise. That's a good addition, because if they gold rest behind cover, then you will be able to hear it. Audio or megalul. But at least you will be able to hear it sometimes, and then you can push off of it instead of letting them gold back rest. So it's a good that's a good change. Legend meta. Here we go. Alright, let's talk about Fuse. I actually think Fuse is like one patch, like one buff away from being overtuned as shit. I think Fuse, like I said, I might honestly become #1 Fuse main next split. No cap. I'm actually enjoying the character a lot, and I think he's soon gonna be super overtuned. The only thing I'm waiting for is for them to make the Q shootable while healing. The biggest thing about Fuse Ultimate is that it's kind of bugged, and sometimes you do the 5 damage instead of 75. So if you hit someone for 5 damage even, they get fucking highlighted and you get wall hacks, whatever. So it's a good change. I don't like wall hacks in general, but it's a buff to Fuse. Knuckle crystal attack and explosion duration increased by 100%. So what this means is I think it does the same amount of damage, but the explosion lasts longer. So it doesn't do 100% more damage, it just lasts for 100% longer. It's basically, you're gonna zone people for a bit longer. While we double the duration, the damage per second remains the same. Please don't stand in the fire. So it is double damage then. If you stick someone twice, then it's 200 damage. What the fuck? It's gonna be broken. Now you can throw vert nades with Fuse again, which is nice, because you couldn't throw vert nades before. So this is a buff as well. This is a buff, so you can throw vert nades again. Let's move on to Horizon. We'll leave Fuse for tomorrow. I'm gonna play Fuse tomorrow. Horizon reduces slow to the initial black hole pull. Bumped Horizon gravity lift of speed to happy medium between 9.1 and legacy update launch values. So it's not a full revert. So they're only buffing the lift up and not the sideways strafe, which is what I suggested that they should do from the start, is just keep the lift up the same speed as it was before. I think they should just full revert the lift up and then keep the sideways, the strafe speed the same. The strafe speed when people were fucking vibrating like this, that was the only thing broken about Horizon. I do miss playing her. Revenant. There's now a visual and audio cue when Death Totem protection is about to end, which can be seen / heard by other players. I mean, this is a nice addition, but that's not the problem with Revenant. The problem is that you can't hear the totem being placed. I would much rather have a much louder totem. Like, I want to be able to, I want them to fucking put the Bloodhound sound on the totem. Like, when someone pops Bloodhound ulti, you hear that across the fucking map. I want it to be the same with the fucking Rev totem. because that's the biggest issue. I personally don't think Revenant Octane is that big of an issue when you know they're coming. But it's the silent fucking ninjas. The silent ninjas dropping on your head, that's the broken shit about the Octane Revenant combo. Them adding a sound cue when people are about to get sent back is not what was the issue. The issue is like when people push you. So hopefully they will change that soon. Caustic. Gas damage starts at 5, increases by 1 every other tick indefinitely. The cooldown on attack has been reduced 25 seconds to 20. And the ultimate cooldown has been reduced from 3.5 minutes to 3 minutes. Duration reduced from 20 seconds to 15 seconds. EU is going to have 20 Valk GB Caustic teams, or like 15. Like, it's going to be stupid. Here we go again. Here we actually go again. Drop the ego respawn and revert them to season 3. Like I said, I think the current version of Caustic is actually really good because he's not OP and he's not dog shit. He's like happy medium. He's honestly like, he's a decent character now. He's a decent character. He's a playable character and he's not broken, but he's not bad either because you can still use the gas to zone. Like the gas is used to zone, not one-shot people. Like this thing could literally technically one-shot people. If you stack gas for a long popple, you can literally do 100 damage per tick. Like, no cap. You can literally one-shot someone. It's not going to be fun at all. It's not going to be fun at all. So much damage. Like, I actually liked when you were able to heal through the gas, because then the other team, if you're healing through the gas, then the team can push you. You should take advantage of the team healing in the gas to push them, instead of gas being a one-shot mechanic. Like, I don't get it. I think Caustic was honestly perfect the way he is at the moment. Or not perfect, but the perfect would be reverting him back to season 3. But I think he was in a good state now. Supply drop rotation. So it's Alternator, Spitfire, Triple Take, and Kraber. Alternator is going to be really strong, and Kraber is going to be really strong. Spitfire is going to be meh. Spitfire is not that good. I don't know, people are overreacting about the Spitfire in general. It has a lot of bullets, but like most guns outtrade. I like how they said when they released the Prowler, that the Prowler, they're nerfing it by giving it burst only. And by giving it burst only, they're buffing controller and nerfing mouse and key. Because burst on the controller is way more broken than on mouse and key. And mouse and key used the Prowler on auto, controller used it on burst. So they're bringing back the #1 controller gun while nerfing it for mouse and key. Hop-ups. Boosted loader, reloading near empty but not at 0, increases reload speed and overloads the next magazine with extra rounds. This hop-up will be equipable to the Hemlock Burst AR and the Wingman. That sounds pretty good for the Wingman, not gonna lie. That sounds pretty good for the Wingman. I don't think Hemlock will be that used, but the Wingman definitely, that might be good. That might be good. Anvil receiver and quick draw holster are being vaulted for now. I think that's a good change. I'm not a fan of Anvil. I think Anvil is too strong, especially on Flatline. Because Flatline is already the best gun in the game, and giving it Anvil as well is kind of overkill. Like, so, because you literally took a gun that is amazing close range, amazing medium range, and then you give it Anvil, then it's amazing long range as well. So I don't mind them vaulting Anvil. I'm happy about that. So fully kitted rotation, we're getting PK, Re45, Flatline, Rampage, and is that a charge rifle? That is a charge rifle. Magazine attachments. Reload speed increase associated with magazines have been moved to the equivalent stock rarity tier. Dev note, magazines are the most potent source of lootable power for most weapons, and the logic comes from in the form of ammo capacity. In addition to capacity, we're also offering increased reload speed. We've moved the reload speed to stocks to help increase the value of stocks and put out meaningful modifiers across the attachments. I think it's a good change. I don't mind this at all. I think this is a good change overall. I agree that the attachments should be more spread out instead of the magazine being 100% priority. Stock attachment. All stocks now offer increased reload speed instead of magazines. Marksman weapons, 30 repeater. Scout triple take now takes sniper stocks instead of tactical stocks. Don't really understand why, but whatever. Sniper stocks and marksman weapon will offer increased stability and sway reduction with slightly reduced handling bonuses from tactical stocks. I guess it's a buff. I don't know. And here we go to the L-Star. L-Star now takes energy magazines. Mags on the L-Star work differently than other weapons because of its unique interaction with the ammo. Instead, they will allow the L-Star to fire more shots before it overheats and allow it to cool off its heat build up slightly faster. It now takes barrel for recoil reduction. Projectile VFX scale reduced to be by roughly half. I mean, this is huge because like you don't see anything when you shoot your L-Star. You're just basically predicting. First person on hit impact effect intensity reduced. Hip fire spread increased. So you have to ADS now, I guess. I mean, I think L-Star is going to be stronger next patch for sure. I think L-Star is going to be definitely stronger. Might be playable now. Might actually be meta. We'll see. We'll have to try it out. I haven't tried it out yet. LMGs. Reduce the headshot multiplier from all LMGs from 2.0 to 1.75. Increase the limb shot multiplier for all LMGs from 0.75 to 0.85. So less damage to the head, more damage to arms and legs. I guess it's a decent change. I guess that's a decent change overall. They're basically nerfing good players and buffing bad players. Because bad players will hit your legs and arms a lot more, while good players will hit your head a lot more. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's kind of fun change. Pistols. Reduce handling time for all pistols by 10%. Raise holster zoom in and out time. Overall buff to pistols. I like it. Okay. Time between bursts increased from 0.2 to 0.24. The power turns to the forward without this trusty sidekick to select fire hop up, but don't sleep on it. It's still a beast. Yeah, that's the problem. It's still a fucking beast. It's unchanged from the care package with a 0.04 slower DPS. Like, I think this is the worst change of the season. Like, no cap. This is the worst change of the season that I wanted to revert immediately. I don't care about anything else. Like, this is the worst. Prowler back, only burst, unchanged from care package. This is basically unchanged. I don't care. 0.04 Spitfire buff. I mean, Spitfire's going to the care package, so of course you're getting a buff. It doesn't matter. People are overacting about the Spitfire. It's still Spitfire, sure. It's reverted. It does damage, but it's still slow shooting, and flatline is better. Just get good and pick up a flatline. Alternator. Reintroducing the Disruptor runs will come equipped on a supply drop alternator. Disruptor runs increase shield damage by 40%. Disruptor runs can only be found on an alternator from the supply drop. Yeah. I absolutely hated Disruptor runs when it was in the game, and I don't like it now. Disruptor can go fuck itself. Bring back Hammer Point instead. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a strong care package gun for sure. People are gonna want to pick it up. Like you, the thing about Disruptor runs that people don't understand, that when it's broken, is that the damage doesn't fall off. It basically turns the gun into an energy gun, and energy damage doesn't fall off. So what happened was that back in the day, when Disruptor did 33 damage a bullet, like when you play Disruptor on alternator at the start, 3 bullets cracked the purple armor. 3 bullets did 99 damage, and that did up to fucking 300 meters. 33 repeater reload speed from stocks is increased. Yeah, I'm honestly don't mind the repeater. I'm kind of a repeater fan. Like, I think repeater is worse than scout, but I think repeater is surprise damage, which can get you knocked sometimes. Like, scout is consistent damage that you can keep shooting, but the 33 repeater is kind of the surprise damage. Like, people don't expect it. Like, you can, if you headshot someone with a charge repeater, you hit like 91 or something. EVA 8. Significantly reduce bolt fire rate scaling for each rarity tier. Basic fire rate remains unchanged. I think they should have nerfed the damage overall instead of the fire rate, so that they can keep the unique feeling of the EVA, instead of nerfing the fire rate of the EVA and just making it closer to a mastiff. Like, I don't understand it. They're making all the shotguns basically the same gun. Stupid change, I think. I think the PK, Mastiff, Beak, and EVA are way too close of guns at the moment. But yeah, Arena's weapon updates. Prowler. 450. Are you fucking kidding me? You buy Prowler round 1 for 450. It's a care package gun, and you buy it for 450. It's like the cheapest in there. What? What are they smoking? Prowler should be 550 at least. 550 at least. It could even be 600 to be honest. It's a care package gun that is unchanged. L-Star level 100, 150. So they increase the damage. Lowered repeater. That's nice, I guess. Bow check lowered, so you can buy it round 1. Charge rifle lowered. Still can't buy it round 1 though. EVA increased. Massive lowered. PK lowered. So they're admitting that all shotguns are the same. They're admitting that all the shotguns are the same gun at the moment. They're actually admitting it here, right here. Knuckle cluster 75 to 100. That's fair, I guess. And then we have Arena's ability adjustments. Horizon gravity charge change reduced from 2 to 1. That's fair. Mirage Saga reduced from 3 to 2. Why the fuck are you nerfing Mirage? Mirage is dog shit as he is. Bloodhound's free scans while in Beast of Hunt reduced from 3 to 2. Nerf Bloodhound, thank you. Kill the character already. Bury him 10 feet underground, please. I hate Bloodhound. And that was the patch notes. So overall takes from the patch note. Let's go through it quick again. I think Eva, bad change. I think they're removing the uniqueness of the Eva and making it more similar to all the other shotguns. So basically all the shotguns are going to be the same gun, which is a super boring way of balancing. But at least the Eva's getting a nerf. Not a big change. Alternator is going to be super strong in the package. Disruptor can suck my balls. Spitfire, Revert. It's going to be decent care package gun, not as strong as Disruptor. Prowler needs to change. Something needs to change about the Prowler. It's going to be so broken. It's a care package weapon that they're putting on the ground with no change. Removing what's it called? Removing select fire so that you can't auto shoot it is a nerf for mouse and key. Are we back? Hello. Are we back? But yeah, back to what I was saying. I think L-Star, it might actually be going back into the meta. It is looking like it. It's looking a lot like it. The L-Star might be meta. Depends though. Do you still want to pick up the L-Star over the Volt? I don't know if you do as a controller player, but we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. I won't know for sure unless I try it, to be honest. I think the mag changes in general is pretty good. Like overall, making all the attachments more useful rather than just the heavy mag. I think it's a good change. Hop up seems okay. Caustic is gonna be overtuned and super meta. So I really not a fan of this buff at all. I think Caustic was in a good state. If they want to do something about Caustic, they should perfectly revert him to Season 3. Season 3 was a perfect version of Caustic, and I miss him. Revenant, no change at all, pretty much, which is kind of sad. A lot of people a lot of people hate Revenant. Revenant is an anti-fun character. Revenant promotes stupidity. That is the biggest thing. Like, Revenant just promotes a stupid playstyle, which is why people don't like him. There's hardly any fucking Revenant teams that play smart, which is the problem with Revenant. Revenant just amplifies the stupidity that is already there, which is a problem. That's kind of sad. Kind of sad that we not getting any change for him. Horizon feels good. Might actually be playable again. It's been a while. I miss Horizon personally. I miss Horizon. I thought she was super fun, but they over nerfed her, and I'm hoping that the buff will bring her back a little bit. Maybe at least make her playable. Buff Watson? Yeah, they need to buff Watson. They need to buff Watson for sure. So, Fuse. I think Fuse might be really fucking strong next season, chat. I think he might be really strong. I might go for this character, to be honest. I might be rank 1 Fuse. You will maybe see me go for rank 1 Fuse. It may happen. It may happen. I'm enjoying the character. You might see me fucking play Fuse, and I force Wise to play Octane, and then we just run people over. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The buffs are good. The buffs are good. The only thing they need to do about Fuse is make his abilities more quality of life, to be honest. I think Seer is overall a really good character balance-wise, because he has the skill ceiling that I like in a character. Unlike Bloodhound's face roll, a 2-year-old monkey baby can play him. I don't fucking know. Like, Bloodhound takes absolutely no skill and is cancer to the game. So, I think Seer is better than Bloodhound for sure, but... bug fixes. Bloodhound. Fix an issue with Bloodhound's tactical fate to highlight the enemy for the Bloodhound player while they used an emote. Enemy legends now remain visible while, when performing Bloodhound's tracking standing emote at a higher elevation. Trident and dropship audio should no longer be significantly dampened when the Bloodhound is using their ultimate. Audio changes. Gibraltar correct an audio issue with Gibraltar's dome shield, failing to make a sound. The gentle giant skill will no longer obstruct the player's view when aiming down sight with the 1x holosight attached. Fix some instances where the dome shield would disappear on placement and not get refunded to the player. That's a good change. I literally watched Repsuit the other day. He threw the fucking bubble on the ground and disappeared through the ground, so hopefully this fixes it. Fix cases where Lifeline's voiceover still says I've got you, shields up, even if she's no longer has a shield. Fix an issue preventing player from using Lifeline care pack in training mode. Whatever. Pathfinder's grapple no longer says connected when he's killed when under Revenant's death protection. Updated Pathfinder copper core legs so they now match in first person view. Fix an issue where Pathfinder's grapple cooldown audio cue replayed rapidly after deploying tactical in-game play. Whatever. Wraith should no longer be crushed by closing doors while their tactical is active. Yay! No longer insta-dying. Woo! Wraith can no longer use her ultimate while attached to Valkyrie's ultimate. I mean, that was very situational, but it was good, I guess. Fix the rare bug which allowed down players to jump bunny hop after entering a Wraith portal that was placed by a crouching Wraith. Thank God. I accidentally do that all the time, and I hate that so much. Because I abuse the shit out of it when I B-hop away when I'm down, and it's just a bad habit that I need to get rid of. So thank God I finally fixed it. Bangalore. Fixed an issue causing Bangalore smoke launchers to disappear when moving away from other players with certain legendary skills equipped. And here we go. Caustic. Caustic solved a bug preventing caustic barrels from making planting audio when they land in water. Caustic barrels tossed just before death should no longer disappear. Fixed a visual bug where the caustic heirloom pose has a model that disappears after the pose finishes playing during the previewer. Fixed a bug that allowed the caustic barrels to be pushed into players, crushing them. Fuse's ultimate model alone is only destroyed if it interacts with caustic gas. So that's what happened. Also notice will no longer shoot down friendly caustic barrels and ults. That's a good change. You couldn't even play caustic with Watson for a while. Players should no longer get a server error when attempting to purchase the caustic heirlooms using an enemy charge from the arrow tab. Mirage. There's an issue where Mirage's invisible revive wouldn't fully cloak teammates when certain skins were being worn. Octane fixed an exploit that allowed players to wedge an Octane jump pad between a supply bin to make the trident faster. That's boring. I like that thing. Fixed a visual bug where Octane's goggle moved independently after using his tactical. Watson removed the beam of light that shoots in the sky every time Watson places down her fence. Crypto fixed the shopper preview video for Crypto's drone scan in the finishes tab. Arenas fixed a bug where Crypto's drone could be deployed and recalled infinite times when the user had only one shard available. Switch only fixed a visual bug where Crypto's position indicator while in his drone flickered near the top and left the edge of the screen. Whatever. Revenant. No audio fix for jump pad? No audio fix for jump pad. Not at all. Fix a visual bug when the aerodrome appears to be floating in third person when looking up and down inside the gravity lift. Placing a death totem too close to the edge of the map should no longer teleport players off the map when returning to the totem. Add the missing silence orb to Revenant Suffering Silence emote. Fix some exploitable hiding spots reachable in Rift using Revenant. Fix some cases when Revenant didn't have horizontal movement animations when holding the heirloom. Also fix across all the map to address issues with exploits, hiding spots, and inconsistency with using Lobos Tactical. UI fix the amount of ammo count and Lobos back market should not display correctly. Rampart fix an issue that allowed the Rampart sword to be placed on Geyser. Fix a bug that caused players to run faster after stowing a fully charged shardable weapon. This bug also caused the charge indicator in the UI to go away. Fix an issue where Rampart's wall would get stuck in an animation loop when hit by caustic gas. Horizon address some cases where black holes as Newt wouldn't appear when using Horizon's ultimate. Fix an issue where players' weapon appears horizontally on the back while using a survey beacon. Huh? Horizon using a survey beacon. The fuck is that? Fix some cases causing Horizon ultimate ability to be cancelled out when placed near a supply bin if the bin was open during gameplay. I mean respawn beacon probably. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like survey beacon, Horizon getting a scan, Monka. You need to fix the Valk bug where you literally can't shoot for the rest of the game. Yep. Yeah, the fucking when you're having a seizure with your jetpack. Yeah, that's awesome. Fix some cases with the ability to be cancelled out when placed near a supply bin and if the bin was open during gameplay. Fix an issue causing the trident's momentum and friction constraint to be modified by interacting with Horizon's abilities. Address some cases where Horizon Ultimate's ability active state persists after being destroyed. Fuse. Address some cases where players could lose some functionalities after dropping with Fuse. Fix the visual bug that caused part of Fuse body to pop on screen when toggling throw power after swapping grenades. Valkyrie. Made a small change to address feedback that Valkyrie's UI feels noisy when she first drops from the dropship. Fixed an edge case causing passengers over on Valkyrie's ult with bad ping to be reverted back to the ground in an unusual position. The ultimate skydive special UI on target will now updated with colorblind settings. Teammates should no longer be able to float around while being tethered to Valkyrie's ult by breaking the explosive hold. Fixed an issue where Valkyrie could be pushed into unintended areas by the trident while using her ultimate ability. There's some cases where missile swarm wouldn't cause damage when hitting a floating enemy while Valkyrie in her lower half. Fix some cases of the camera clipping through geo environment while preparing to launch Valkyrie's ultimate. Fix for cases where missile swarm fails to track the moving train. The Kraber target should no longer appear on screen when ADS after using Valkyrie's passive. Fix an issue where players could still activate Valkyrie's tactical and ultimate while under structures without the vertical clearance requirement. Fix some cases where teammates could clip through walls and appear on the same side of Valkyrie while tethered to the ultimate. Fix an exploitable spot on Canyon lands where Valkyrie could reach an inaccessible area using her passive.